Well, to be honest, I have been loving my vacation in the warp. The scenery, the smells, the claws! Tamion, you see, this is why I normally don't take you anywhere. That is a masseuse with claws. That's the biggest thing now. It's going to be huge. It's going to take over Hollywood. I've already invested all of my money in there. But, yeah, he really hasn't, been having a good time here. I'm bleeding! And that is why I never take you anywhere. All the warpiness has, on the other hand, given me an idea for some lore on a tragic and deadly servant of Slaanesh. The Masque of Slaanesh is certainly more on the deadly side of things. Whether you are captivated by her movements or her story, she is one that should remind all of those who seek to worship the dark gods that their favor can be lost in an instant. The great cosmic game of cat and mouse, if you're Tzeentch, or if you're one of the other chaos gods, is something that has gone on for a millennia. Tzeentch is the god of magic, change, and knowledge. Nurgle, the plague lord, rules over pestilence and despair. Khorne, the blood god, his domain relates to all things war, strength, rage, anger. Then there is the youngest, Slaanesh, the Lord of Excess. Referred to as he in the tongues of man and she by the Eldar, his domain is pleasure, hedonism, earthly gratification, excess in all things. Whether it be food, art, or war, his followers are drawn to an unearthly pleasure, and to sate their never-ending thirst for it. It was the art of the dance that this creature indulged in. She is known for the pleasures she brought to countless audiences, or perhaps the pain she brought to the enemies of her god. Her fall from grace was as much a result of the great cosmic game of war the gods play against themselves, as it was her insatiable lust to please audiences with her graceful movements. I suppose the creature known as the Masque of Slaanesh, also known as just the Masque, learned her lesson, and it will plague her for all eternity. In the great game, Tzeentch did what he has done and will always do, plotting and manipulating others. With great effort, Tzeentch managed to trick the Prince of Pleasure into a war with Khorne. Among the four, their rivalry is most bloody. But Slaanesh soon found himself manipulated into a war with not just Khorne, but the Plague Lord Nurgle. Realizing all too late his folly, the Lord of Delight found himself with few pleasures, realizing that he wouldn't manage to best both gods. At this moment, much of the joy was zapped out of his domain. One daemonet, the most favored and skillful of his demonic servants, stepped forward. The most favored and gifted of his followers attempted to alleviate her master's sorrow. She did what she did best. She danced for her god. Every movement from the tip of her clawed toes to the expression on her face was perfect. Never had she danced like this. Performing for Slaanesh in his moment of turmoil brought out the best in the daemonet. She glided across the demonic ballroom, each graceful movement leading perfectly into the other. At one moment, she was sensual and beguiling, the next elegant and bashful. No mortal human, or otherwise, could have been unmoved from the otherworldly display she put on. Slaanesh sat watching, measuring every move, and then felt something. Perhaps a ping in his chest that soon turned into a raging inferno. The anger in the god's heart boiled over. He saw the perfect performance of his most trusted servant as a cruel joke, mocking him for his faults. Each perfect kick of the leg, every roll of the daemonet's hips, cut away at his pride. How dare someone perform so perfectly in front of him after his most grievous defeat? The dance to raise the Prince of Pleasure's mood became a subtle jest, a dance only fit for mockery. He had to punish any who would dare mock him in his own court. And so, his servants, perfect display, to please the one she cherished so much, only invoked the ire of the Chaos God. Slaanesh flew into an incredible rage, cursing his once most beloved servant in one of the most apt punishments a Chaos God has ever given. You see, he cast her out of his court and cursed her to dance for all eternity against her will, never able to rest her weary limbs for even a moment to enjoy other pleasures. Now, her every moment is a testament to Slaanesh's glory, every motion a choreographed tribute to the Dark Prince's victories. Ever since then, Masque has been doomed, a slave to the demonic rhythm that Slaanesh cursed her to obey. She dances across both the mortal and immortal planes, dancing to a tune only she can hear. Masque is drawn to places of great excess, feasts, the closing acts of an opera, festivals. Those are the places Masque can appear. A rare sight, but woe be it to any who see her performance, as her golden mask wraps into a visage that reflects her dance. Those spectators, be they man or demon, become compelled to join in, dancing in unison, as if they had been practicing all their lives for this one performance, with the demon of dance. The dance tempo changes with the story of Slaanesh, the dance of dreaming showing the slumbering prince waiting to be born, filled with soft and languid movements. Then in an instant, the dancers throw themselves into a violent fury, where some performers have their eyes and throats torn at. This is to represent the pageant of pain. The time Slaanesh triumphed over the blood god. Dances from the past and the future are shown through her great performances. The capture of Loic, the destruction of Nurgle's garden, even the final battle between the gods. Any who survive the dance are left with hazy memories of what had happened. Their only reminders of Masque's dance are the bodies littering the area around them, and the pain of a body pushed to the limits. For the survivors, it's over, but for Masque, the show must go on.